Hi, so welcome to this webinar where I'm going to be talking about what TikTok is and how it can be used by the third sector. Before we start, let me introduce myself. I'm Lucy. I'm a Communications and Engagement Officer at promo-cymru. My work mainly consists of supporting the third sector with digital by writing resources and providing training sessions, and also running promo-cymru's social media. And today I'll be talking to you about a more recent social media, which is TikTok. So before we start, here are the objectives of today's session. We're going to learn what TikTok is and why the third sector should be on it. I'm going to share some examples of how the third sector is currently using it, and to share promo-cymru's journey to 1 million views in 24 hours and what we learned along the way. Today won't be about the practical elements of how to make a TikTok, but if you wish to know that, you're welcome to book a WCVA session, which I will explain at the end of the webinar. So what actually is TikTok? TikTok is a social media platform where users create and share short videos. These videos can be between a few seconds to 10 minutes. To look at content on TikTok, you scroll through something called a For You page, or FYP. As the name suggests, everything you see is for you. The For You page shows you a curated feed of videos from creators you might not follow, but that TikTok's algorithm thinks you might like, based on your interests and how you've interacted with other videos on the app. No two users' For You page will be the same, and the videos you see will change over time based on your viewing preferences. TikTok is a really popular platform for self-expression, creativity, and viral trends, particularly amongst young people. So why start using TikTok in your social media strategy? Well, according to Ofcom, as of 2023, there were over 23 million TikTok users in the UK. Of that figure, 75% are under the age of 25. In total, it has over 1 billion users and is always growing, which makes it a great social media platform to use to spread the word about your organisation. So how are charities currently using TikTok? Now, I picked out a handful of third sector organisations that I think are great examples of what good looks like for the third sector. The first example is Heads Above the Waves, and now they are a non-profit organisation that raises awareness of depression and self-harm in young people. They make TikToks that promote their shop and the merchandise they sell, and they also share mental health tips, signpost to other services, and share lots of dog videos. If you have a dog, definitely include them in your TikToks because everyone loves a dog video. Here is one of their videos.
What to expect on our sensory-friendly, quiet Wednesdays at the Heads Above the Wave shop. We keep the lights down low and the music off to provide a safe, calm and comfy space for you to shop. You can borrow a book from our little library of self-help books and have a read, and you'll always be served by a friendly volunteer like me.
The next example is Young Scot. Now, Young Scot are a national youth information and citizenship charity for 11 to 25-year-olds living in Scotland. And they use their TikTok to provide accurate information for young people, to highlight Scottish creators, and to share the discounts they offer to young people using their entitlement card. Here is one of the videos they did with a Scottish TikTok creator.
Hi, my name's Fiona. I'm deaf and sometimes I get nervous doing little things like ordering a coffee. So today I'm going to show you what it's actually like sometimes.
I don't know why I always overthink it. I think sometimes the thought of it is worse in my head than actually doing it. Sometimes I just worry that I won't be able to hear them, or they won't be able to hear me, or that I'll embarrass myself. Like right now, I'm standing in the queue, repeating the sentences over and over again in my head, I just think of all the possible questions that they might ask me, just so that if I even hear one word of what they ask, it will make sense to me and I'll know how to answer it. But every time, it's never actually that bad. Look, no problems at all, easy. I managed to order okay, I heard what was said, and now I got my coffee and I can enjoy it.
We all have our own little challenges in life, and this is one of mine as a deaf person. But I think the more you do something, the easier it becomes, so just go for it.
The next example is Spun Out. Spun Out is Ireland's youth information and support platform. They use a mix of animation and real people to create their content. They've done TikTok campaigns providing information and sharing young people's opinions about drug use, mental health and grief. Here's a video they made about getting exam results, with a call to action to use their Text About It service. Next is Make. Make is a helpline service for children and young people up to the age of 25 in Wales. And their videos are illustrated and full of information for young people. Now this is just one way of making TikTok content without having to show your face, because I know it might seem daunting if you've never done it before, and I know when I started making videos I was nervous, but it definitely gets easier. But if you don't want to include people's faces, you can do this on Canva using their graphics. This video was part of a campaign all about promoting safe sex and providing shame-free sex education.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all of the things and the bad things that make me. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex.
Hot to try, make any man's eyes pop. She uses she got to get whatever she don't got. Fellas drew like fools, but then again they're only human. The chick was a hit because her body was open. Gold, pearl, rubies, crazy diamonds.
The next example is Citizens Advice. And Citizens Advice is an organisation that specialises in confidential information and advice. They have a mix of videos using trending audios on TikTok, which usually get higher views. Like this video has 1 million views. Now this was a really easy video to make. All they had to do was use a trending audio and take a quick clip of someone pretending to type and write something that matters to their audience. They also make longer talking videos giving advice on lots of topics like benefits, housing and energy. The next charity is Brooke. And Brooke are relatively new to TikTok, and they're a charity that gives information about sexual health and well-being. They create videos talking about typically taboo things like the female orgasm, period poos, and things to say if someone refuses to wear a condom during sex. And in their videos, they use hooks at the start. Now, hooks are sentences that catch someone's attention. And in this video, they use a hook by saying, "It shocks me how many people don't know this." Now, speaking like this naturally makes you curious and want to know too, so you keep watching. They also use very quiet background music in their longer talking videos to keep their viewers' attention.
It shocks me how many people don't know this. Have you ever heard of negging? Negging is when someone tries to make you feel bad about yourself so that you lose confidence. This can sometimes feel like flirting, but it is actually a form of manipulation to try and make you prove yourself to them or seek their approval and give them lots of attention. Yuck. Here are some signs to look out for that might indicate someone is negging you. Making out that they are better than you and they are doing you a favour by giving you any of their time. Constant negative comments about your appearance, intelligence, personality or life choices. Targeting your insecurities and then brushing it off as banter or flirting. But if it leaves you feeling upset or less worthy, it is not either banter or flirting. repeatedly making fun of you or expecting you to prove yourself or show why they should even spend time with you. Is there anything else you'd like to add to the list? Let us know in the comments.
Now, most of the examples I've given before have been targeted towards young people, but promo-cymru's TikTok target audience is professionals and other organisations like Promo, and our aim is to showcase the work we do. But just because your audience is professionals, it doesn't mean your videos have to be boring. TikTok is a platform that's all about having fun and trying different things. On our account, we've created a mix of videos showcasing projects we're working on, with the side of office humour and the people who make up our organisation. And because the Barbie movie was trending, we couldn't help but hop on this trend.
'Cause I'm just kidding. Anywhere else I'd be taken. Is it my destiny to live and die a life of fragility? I'm just kidding. Where I see love, she sees a friend. What will it take for...
So promo-cymru runs a project called The Sprout, which is a blogging, information and campaigning platform for young people in Wales. And when we started our account, we experimented for a few weeks with different types of content to see what resonated with young people and what didn't. We also spent a bit of time researching what the platform was like and what types of videos people made. And in our videos, it's a mix of my personal experience of being a young person, events we've attended as The Sprout, and educational videos about topics important to young people. But that doesn't have to be what your content looks like. Here is a video about the Clogmakers workshop in St Fagans. It was made as part of a campaign about sustainable fashion we did with Blythe, where we interviewed Welsh creatives and asked them about sustainability in the fashion industry. At the start of our account, there was a lot of trial and error, but one of our experiments really paid off when we decided to attend Pride Cymru. Before this campaign, we had posted around 20 videos and they were getting 100 to 500 views. And we knew Pride Cymru was around the corner and thought it'd be a great time to experiment by creating a campaign using TikTok. We wanted to create a campaign that highlighted the thoughts, worries and experiences of the young people attending Pride Cymru. Normally we would have done this by creating blogs and posting them on our website, but this time we thought we'd try involving TikTok. So we decided to attend Pride Cymru and interview young people in a vox pop way and create a campaign around their answers. To get started, we got a cheap microphone, came up with some questions, created a media consent form and started filming. A colleague and I alternated interviewing people and filming on my phone. We asked questions like, what advice would you give to young LGBTQIA+ people? Why is Pride important? And did you have any LGBTQIA+ sex education in school? We created over 30 short videos from our interviews with young people and repurposed them for blogs and Instagram content. From 2 days of filming, we had so much rich information from young people on how we could create content to support their needs and reflect their opinions to the public. And I'd like to emphasise our content wasn't perfect, but it was what the young people said that made the content good. Once we began uploading them, our TikTok account was flooded with hundreds of thousands of views and thousands of comments. One video in particular reached more people than we ever imagined. This was our first viral video. It currently has over 3.5 million views and it's all about young people sharing what their flag means to them. So here is a little snippet.
You
guys' flag mean, in case someone doesn't know what it means?
My one that I'm wearing is the trans flag. I'm trans, female to male, and I came out 2 years ago, and this one is the pansexual flag. Trans means that you go from basically one to the other, it's a transition, and pan means that you love everybody. You love everyone despite what they look like, despite gender or anything like that. It's a pure love for the soul for me.
Sexuality and gender identities are still wildly misunderstood by a lot of people, so we saw the potential for a few negative comments, but nothing had prepared us for the amount of people who saw and commented on the video. What we learned. Here are a few things we learned from our viral video and being on TikTok. The most important thing we learned was how to create a safe space on TikTok. Don't get me wrong, 3.5 million views are great, but we were unprepared for the comment section to be blowing up too. We spent many hours going through and deleting hateful comments. So now we have a comments filter set up that allows us to approve or delete any comment before they're officially posted on our account. We can also filter out specific words that we know might be harmful, so they are immediately flagged up. There is so much hate and abuse online, and for the moment that's hard to stop. But if third sector organisations are in the space that other young people are, it gives us an opportunity to interrupt that hate and spread a positive and accepting message. And it's also a great way to spread awareness for the help and support that's out there. This experience really highlighted the importance of content like this, because it gives young people a platform to share their experiences and educate others to a much larger audience than other social media platforms. Another thing would be don't focus on numbers. Views fluctuate video to video. So if one isn't doing well when it's uploaded, it might get more views later on as your account grows or a topic is trending. And just because one of our videos got 3.5 million views, it definitely doesn't mean our other videos did too. I know when we first started, our videos got maybe a few hundred views and it felt a little bit disheartening. But if you put that into perspective, that could be 100 people that have never heard of your organisation that might need the help you provide. It's all about individual impact. Can you improve one person's day? Can you make one person aware of your service and help them get the support they need? From our What Does Your Flag Mean video, we got so many lovely comments about people feeling seen and understood. Like, pure love for the soul, I love that definition. I'm going to use that whenever my older colleagues ask what pan is. Another tip would be think about who your audience is and why you're making TikToks. Is your audience potential funders, service users, volunteers, or other third sector organisations? Do you want to make TikToks because you want to recruit more volunteers, or do you want to raise awareness for your organisation, or because you want to promote a fundraiser you're having? A really great way of getting some TikTok ideas if you're stuck is having a few TikTok role models who make videos that inspire you. I definitely recommend following the organisations I mentioned, and it's also a really useful way of checking what good looks like for the third sector on TikTok. Also, always use subtitles. Please make your content accessible. TikTok makes it really easy to add subtitles to your videos, and they automatically generate. You just need to double check they're correct before you post. And lastly, it doesn't have to be perfect. TikTok is a very different platform from Instagram, where there is a pressure for everything to look amazing and to be the highest quality, but TikTok is almost completely the opposite. If we have another look at our viral video, it's definitely not perfect. I'll play it again so you can see what I'm talking about.
Your guys' flag mean, in case someone doesn't know what it means?
My one that I'm wearing is the trans.
Now if you look, you can see the mic wire hanging at the bottom of the screen. There was really loud music playing in the background, and it's not the most aesthetic background either. And it's definitely not the best quality editing. But that's one of the great things about TikTok. It's meant to be more unfiltered and realistic, and it doesn't have to look beautiful and be filmed on the best quality camera. It's more about the quality of the content. Telling a story and getting across a message is more important. And that message and content is what resonates with people. looking at TikTok this way makes it a bit less intimidating than other platforms because it doesn't have to look amazing as long as the message is there. Find out more. So today we've gone through what TikTok is and how and why the third sector should be on it. And we've also looked at promo-cymru's journey and what we've learned on TikTok. If you'd like to know a bit more about using TikTok, creating a content plan, or other social media help, you can book a DigiCymru session through promo-cymru's website, where we can offer one-to-one digital support of up to 5 hours. Or if you prefer to learn at your own pace, TikTok have a great free service called TikTok Academy, which has lots of videos teaching you everything you need to know about the platform, from recording videos to marketing strategies. Also, I'd recommend checking out the Newid website. Newid is a partnership between promo-cymru, WCVA and Compass, and the website is full of resources on all things digital. Diolch, thank you for listening. I hope today has been very useful and has got you thinking of ways your organisation can be on TikTok.